My name is Bertrand Hammond. I'm Head of Membership and Training at Camden BRI, and I lead our activities related to food safety and quality culture excellence. As you know, the BRC Global Standard for Food Safety Issue 8 is the first GFSI recognized certification program to include a requirement specifically related to food safety culture, recognizing that it is a fundamental factor in ensuring product safety. BRC has been very clear that they are not attempting to audit and evaluate culture itself. Their position is to encourage sites to be considering the importance of culture and therefore developing documented plans of actions aimed at improving food safety culture, implementing the plans and evaluating their success. These become measurable objective requirements that can be audited. So what can you do to make sure you meet these requirements? First, I would like to step back a bit and answer a couple of questions that we're asked very often. Why is everybody talking about culture now? And is it just a fad? Do I need to bother? What is culture? And how can I measure it? So if we take the first question, why is everybody talking about culture? There are a number of drivers, and in no particular order. You've got a rising number of unannounced audits, which means that businesses need to be audit ready at all times. And the best way to achieve this is to have a strong food safety culture. As part of continuous improvement, it is the next step following, say, a top audit score to get even better. Also worth noting that multiple outbreaks and incidents at seemingly good sites have highlighted the fact that traditional audit or inspection is just not enough, and that cultural assessment is the missing piece in the jigsaw. There's also a growing interest in earned recognition and earned autonomy, where if a business can demonstrate that they have their house in order and are striving to do the right thing and strengthening their culture, their clients, for example some of the retailers, and enforcement authorities are more likely to reduce the number of audits or visits. A big one, the Global Food Safety Initiative, GFSI, has just produced a very high-profile position paper to raise the profile of food safety culture and its importance on a global scale. Obviously, BRC Global Standard has now included a requirement regarding food safety culture and its latest issue. Finally, insurance companies and venture capitalists are also very interested, as a client with a strong food safety and quality culture is less likely to have problems, recalls, and is more likely to perform better financially. So, as you can see, culture is not going to go away, and it just makes sense. Now, to my second question. What is culture? Culture is a shared, learned phenomenon. In business, it's the way we do things around here. It directly and indirectly highlights to people how to fit in, what is acceptable, and how to succeed within their organization. In the context of quality and safety, culture represents the prevailing attitudes and practices related to quality and safety that are taught directly and indirectly to employees. In other words, the underpinnings of everything that happens, whether desired or otherwise. Some elements of culture are easy to observe, such as facilities, posters, paperwork, and the visible behaviors of staff. However, some are harder to see, such as underlying values, unspoken rules, and where things are done when no one is watching. Now, you can only improve things effectively if you can measure them. When it comes to a fluffy, complex, multifaceted, multidimensional concept like culture, it can be quite challenging. So if you're keen to understand your safety and quality culture, you have a number of options. First, you can do a self-assessment. There are a number of tools freely available that can help you. For example, the checklist produced by Food Standards Australia and New Zealand, which covers all the key areas you need to consider with some practical examples of what good looks like. Very useful, simple, easy to understand form. You can also look at the new GFSI position paper on food safety culture, which includes some useful culture maturity tables describing what you would typically find at sites with a weak culture and at sites with a strong culture. So you can see where you are in the spectrum. It also has some great guiding questions you should ask yourself to assess how strong your culture is. Another option is for you to join our Culture Excellence Program, which is fully aligned with the GFSI culture document. Our assessment, developed by Tyler Shannon International, TSI, is the result of almost 2 decades of research and development and has helped companies of many shapes and sizes to capture cultural data and use it to improve. It provides a clear and detailed insight into the many dimensions of culture, we currently use 20, that impact on food safety and quality, allowing companies to benchmark themselves against others, create tangible improvements, reduce their risks, and demonstrate where they excel. It also measures the return on investment and efforts of training programs and other initiatives.